In the last few years, the amount of data the average Malaysian consumes has climbed at a staggering rate. Post-pandemic usage has surged, with the average monthly subscription now processing well past 40 gigabytes of data. This creates a friction point. Even with 5G hardware capable of 1.5 gigabytes per second, many of these unlimited plans are specifically designed to revert to a sudden crawl once a specific threshold is hit. This is the Fair Usage Policy, or FUP. It is a specific industry mechanism that allows providers to artificially throttle your connection, turning a high-speed highway into a narrow bottleneck, regardless of the actual network capacity. If the physical capacity for high-speed data exists, we have to look at who is actually managing the national pipeline and why this artificial scarcity is built into the system. Understanding this requires looking at the technical hierarchy of the network, which is currently undergoing its most significant structural reorganization in decades. The mid-month slowdown isn't a technical glitch. It is an intentional feature of a legacy telecommunications model that is now being systematically replaced. The first layer of the supply chain is the hardware. This is the world of 5G towers and the government-allocated spectrum that allows data to travel through the air. Digital Nasional Berhad, or DNB, was established to build this national capacity. By securing 200 megahertz of spectrum, the infrastructure was designed to support latencies as low as 1 millisecond. Malaysia is now shifting away from a single provider system toward a dual network model. This move introduces a second independent network to the infrastructure layer, creating a competitive environment for the first time in the 5G era. Mobile network operators like U-Mobile are the companies managing this transition, stepping out from the central DNB umbrella to build and operate their own 5G infrastructure. But while these operators build the physical highway, they aren't the only ones who decide how the data is sold to the end user. Above the physical towers sits a layer of companies that provide mobile service without owning the antennas themselves. These are mobile virtual network operators, or MVNOs. Specifically, thick MVNOs lease the 5G highway from a network operator like U-Mobile, and then add their own service layers on top. A thick MVNO is distinct because it operates its own independent billing, software, and customer support infrastructure. They use the tower for the signal, but they use their own systems to manage the customer. By stripping away the billions in capital expenditure required to build physical towers, these companies can redirect their budgets toward lowering the cost of data for the consumer. This is how companies like Eastel can offer 999 gigabyte quotas with zero FUP throttling. Because they control the software layer, they can implement features like data forward, allowing unused data to stay in the customer's account rather than expiring. Thick MVNOs act as a market-driven layer, taking raw network capacity and repackaging it into contracts that prioritize high volume and transparent pricing over traditional industry restrictions. The Malaysian telecom market is moving away from a model where a few providers set rigid terms for the entire nation. The combination of robust infrastructure from operators like U-Mobile and software-led innovation from providers like Eastel has built an ecosystem where the user has actual leverage. Transparent data policies and unthrottled speeds are finally becoming the market standard. For students, professionals, and small businesses, the focus has shifted from managing a small data cap to utilizing a wide-open connection. Selecting a SIM card today is about more than just finding a signal. It's about choosing to participate in a service model that removes the artificial limits on how much of the internet you're allowed to use.